You done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat, Brad Gilmore.
One of the great actresses of the stage and screen is joining me today on the show, Marlo Thomas, who's, of course, the daughter of the legendary Danny Thomas. We're talking to her about her brand new movie that's coming out just in time for the holidays here on Hallmark. We're going to talk about that. She's got a new collection out that she's trying to help raise some money for her causes at Williams and Sonoma. And then, of course, we talk about St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. This is something, guys, that's near and dear to me. A few years ago, I spent some time at the Shriners Children's Hospital as a part of charity work that I was doing with kids with cerebral palsy on up with the One Step Closer Foundation. And it really is such a moment, you know. And when you meet some of these kids and you understand the struggles and adversities that they're going through, you really sit and think about what it is that you have to, you know, how blessed you are. And I really, really appreciate Marlo Thomas. And, you know, hopefully everyone makes a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. She said something like $3 million a day it takes to run that place. So definitely every donation helps. So without further ado, here's Marlo Thomas on The Collection. And she joins us right now this morning. We are talking about the brand new Williams-Sonoma holiday collection she's promoting, as well as a brand new film, everything she does with St. Jude's. The legend herself, Marlo Thomas, joins us this morning. Marlo, how are we doing?
Oh, I'm busy. I'm a busy girl. I'm very excited about all of the things that I'm doing. My Williams-Sonoma collection is so beautiful. I started it a year ago, and this is my second year, and the pieces are just lovely, and what makes them so great is they're so personal to me. You know, Phil and I travel on our anniversary. We don't forgive each other a gift. Our gift is a trip together. So we've been to Italy and France and Russia and China and Indonesia, and everywhere I go, I love tableware. I'm always picking up a linen here or a appetizer plate or dinner plate or something, and so I've got all of these beautiful things, and I use them to inspire this collection. That's why it's really very unusual, because it's so personal to me. So you should go to williamsonoma.com and look for Marlo Thomas, and you'll see my collection of blue, a whole set of blue things, a whole set of red things, and then my beautiful wood and silver pieces. They're just great, and they make great gifts.
Yeah, we definitely have to check that out. The holiday season is upon us, of course. What's your favorite part of the holiday season? You got this collection coming out. You got a movie. What is Marlo Thomas like about the holiday?
Well, I just like the whole thing. I love the tree. We all trim the tree together. I like the food. You know, the thing about Christmas is it brings up so many good memories too. You know, the smell is always the same. The lights are always the same. The music is the same. It just puts you right away. The minute you start with the tree and the ornaments and the music, you're right back in your childhood where, you know, when it was really happy when you were little kids. And I try to make it happy for, you know, the family, the little kids in our lives now, and of course my husband. It's just a beautiful giving time of year. I love it. I love all the presents. I love to buy presents.
Well, you know, one of the things that everybody loves about the year is not only the decorations or the music, But it's also the movies. There's some holiday classics that we all go to, whether it be a Home Alone or a Christmas Vacation, but also everybody has to go to Hallmark because Hallmark's going to come through with the holiday classics. I know I like watching them. My mother and father, my wife, we all like watching the Hallmark movies. You're going to be in a new one, A Magical Christmas Village. It starts this Friday, November the 4th at 7 Central is when people can see it here in the Houston area. Tell us about the movie. I mean, what is the Magical Christmas Village about?
Well, what's really interesting is I played this woman who brings the magic into the house. I play the mom of Allison Sweeney, who I'm sure you've seen before. Mm-hmm. She's a wonderful actress. And we had so much fun together. She plays my daughter, and then she has a daughter, my granddaughter, and my daughter, Allison, she doesn't believe in magic. She thinks it's a bunch of baloney. But the little girl does, and she makes magic happen for her mother, and for her grandmother, and for everybody. So the fun of my part is that I'm the one that brings the magic, and I love doing it. It's a wonderful part, and so much fun. And most of the parts I get these days are just not fun enough. But this one is really really fun, and it's romantic. There's a big love story between Luke McFarlane and Allison Sweeney, which is a tremendous chemistry. And then Allison and I have our own love story as a mom and daughter who really, are so different that, and I'm going to go live in her house for a while until I find a new place to live. And so it's like, are they going to be able to do it? And we're very much kind of so different that we do not agree on a lot of stuff, especially the magic. But then it's great because we have a fight scene and we make up and see. That's what very relatable between mothers and daughters. It's hard for mothers and daughters who are grown up to live in the same house again.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Let me ask you this though: what is your favorite holiday film of all time? We all have the classics that we go to. Do you have a particular Christmas or holiday movie that you just absolutely love and have to watch every year?
Yeah, I love It's a Wonderful Life, and I remade it as it happened one Christmas where I played the Jimmy Stewart part, and it's a wonderful story because the core of the story is that everybody's life matters. And when the character, the Jimmy Stewart part or my part, feels like they should never have been born, that you see then he gets his wish, she gets his wish that they were never born. And then you see all the things that would not have been as good if they hadn't been there. And it's a wonderful a remembrance that each of us, every one of us, has given something to the lives of the people around us, and that it's very important that we all were born. I love it for that reason, because that's really the core of the story.
Yeah, it's an incredible film. When you hear the name Marlo Thomas, or even your father Danny Thomas for that matter, you think of obviously your incredible careers in entertainment, but also the work that you've done with St. Jude's. And I know that the Thanks and Giving campaign is coming up. This is the 19th year of it. Tell people a little bit about the campaign and the work that you're still doing with St. Jude's.
Oh, well, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is the most amazing place. I mean, in all the turmoil of the world, when I go there, I realize it's a real reason to be born, is to help these kids get well and go home. Once you see these children be so sick, and then they get to go home with their moms and dads, it's the biggest thing that could happen in your life, is to see that and know that you've been a part of it. So, but it takes a lot of money to do it. A lot of money for the science and the research and the buildings to put the research in, and the huge. We now have what do you call it? A microscope. We all think of a microscope. You put it on your desk and look under it, but this microscope is the size of a room, of an immense room that's been designed especially for St. Jude. And so the whole point is to get every child well, and to pay for these fantastic pieces of equipment. Like, we have the only proton beam for children in the world. We have this huge new microscope that's the size of a room, to do all of these things, and so that keep my father's promise that nobody pays for anything, not for treatment or travel or housing or food. That's a big order. It costs $3 million a day to run St. Jude. And so we have to raise the money, and Thanks and Giving is one of the ways that we do that. And it really is very simple. It's give thanks for the healthy kids in your life, and give to those who are not. That is our motto. And and give the gift really of a lifetime. So during this period, many of our partners, Best Buy and Kmart and K Jewelers and Domino's Pizza and Williams Sonoma, and so many wonderful partners ask their customers to, leave a little something for the children of St. Jude. Leave $1, $2, whatever you can, add it onto your bill. And you'd be surprised how that adds up. Last year, in that 6-week period, we raised $110 million for the children of St. Jude. So it's a very exciting program. And then, of course, the Today Show has us on for 5 days during Thanksgiving week so that we can tell the story of a different child every day. And that's very helpful. Many parents have written to me and to the Today Show and said, you saved my child's life, because when I saw that story, I realized that those symptoms were the symptoms my child had. And I asked the doctor to give my child an MRI or a scan or whatever, and because I wanted to check if that was a disease they had. And then indeed it was. And they wouldn't have known to ask for it if they hadn't seen the show. So we're playing a very important part. The most important part is not just raising the money, but also letting moms and dads and grandparents know that when you get a scary diagnosis, there is a place to go, and that's St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
And you can find out more, of course, at stjude.org/thanksgiving. Listeners of the show, please make a donation. I'm going to personally match your donation for this holiday season and the Thanksgiving campaign. Marlo Thomas, thank you so much for everything that you do, not only to entertain us, but yes, for everything that you do, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.